people helped to install this regime, the same people had the right to select their governors. They proposed that the scientist be selected, but he would not accept. However, he indicated one son of his. That one was selected and became the first governor of all of Acart. Since the scientist was called the man of the sun, thanks to his discoveries, his son was called the son of the sun. From this proceeded the tradition of calling our president the son of the sun. That's the reason? I thought it was a sacred name. No, it is not, as you can see. When and for how long is the governor of Acart then selected? Every 3 years in Acart, equals to 5 Earth years and 6 Earth months. But how can you get along without money to buy or sell the things? How do you do it? Here, nobody needs to buy or sell anything. There is enough work for those who are poor that they can have all that they need or desire, without the immoralities. Here, it is a crime for anyone to refuse to work. We came to the conclusion that money is the work of the evil doings. Without it many evils are avoided. Are they obligated to work until after they are old? No, the people work so many hours per day or night, and for the hours that are left, they can go where they like, eat or drink in any public place, without extravagances, and do as they please. And every year there is a period of rest, then they can travel throughout all of Acart and see and do what they please, traveling by whatever means they prefer. For this there is enough work available, which is furnished by the government. What one citizen has, they all have, because here all that is produced obeys a global planet, such as homes, ships, clothes, alimentation, etc. Up to what age do they have to work? It is like this. Until 11 years in Acart, but they have to study. From there forward they are going to work in a profession which was approved by the schools. They work until 36 years in Acart, and after that they retire. Then, they can stay in one place for the rest of their life, or travel wherever they want, live in one fixed place or live in a hotel, or various hotels, as they choose. They have all the assistance and attention they require for the rest of their life. Is this law also for women? Well, the women also study up till 11 years, and after that then they may marry and care for a home, or if they do not want to do that, they are obligated to work according to their profession. When, and if, they go on interplanetary voyages, their laws stipulate, it is a crime to bring back terrestrials on the planet they visit to Acart. The commander of the ship that brought the Earthman, Arthur, to Acart, he was demoted of his rank to an operator. I don't understand how the commander of an interplanetary ship, of such high position, could pass to become an operator, because of an unfortunate such as me? Yes, because our laws concerning the terrestrials is as follows. We must not touch nor kill, still less bring one from another planet back to Acart, as in your case. Here the laws are made by man, and those that disobey must pay for their disobedience. I thought that a functionary of such high position would have some rights. No. Here we have neither highs nor lows. All are as equals, even the son of the sun, their governor. When he finishes his days as governor, for which he was selected by all the people, he will return to plow the fields, because that is where he had came from before governor. What are these mines of solar steel? Solar steel is special steel utility, I believe, still has not been discovered on Earth. It is of that which we make our solar ships, like that in which you traveled with me, and other things as well. It has many other uses. He was again told of their problem of overpopulation, and how it could be necessary to move part of their population to Earth, after a nuclear war had wiped out much of the Acartians, and they had the means to clean up the environment rather quickly with their advanced technology. They seem to have observing bases here on the moon, as also the Corunders talked about. And yes, they then meant that an atomic war was unavoidable in 1958. But seemed to be out of insight into the watching of our Earth from more advanced races, which make up a kind of guardian angel for our planet Earth. The Acartians spoke very briefly in the 50s about 3 factions. Today, there are 4 factions. Until the 50s, prior to there were 2 rival factions. Emerging later was a 3rd faction, but the 3rd was still sketchy. The Acartians have been silent for many years now. They are still monitoring the planet Earth. They believe that we waste too much time fighting, and should have been at peace long ago. They will come after our atomic war to bring order. We are not exactly unaware that there on your Earth, there exist 2 or more factions which are in conflict, and all possess atomic bombs, with high destructive power, and they continue to make more all the time, and of greater scale. Instead of using the nuclear energy for destructive ends and they used it constructively, our hopes would be nullified. What hopes? Are you saying that you intend to invade the Earth? Yes, but as I have already said, not on those terms. Let me explain in what manner. You must be aware that an atomic war on Earth is inevitable, and, even if we wanted to instigate it, we could, since it would only be necessary to intercept an airplane or ship of either faction, that the one would judge that it was the other. But, we are not going to intervene in any such manner, because we have come to the conclusion that they would not resist for much time the curiosity to see the foul-up that caused the situation. And when this happens, none of them will escape the devastation, because with only a few of those bombs, the whole terrestrial globe will be contaminated. Once this happens, we can peacefully take over the whole planet, because those few who remain will be in no position to offer resistance. On the contrary, they will welcome us. But what future is there when the terrestrial globe contaminated by destruction and radioactive poison? Whether it is contaminated constitutes no problem for us. Why not? Because, we use an apparatus which neutralizes the malefic effects of radioactive poison, transforming it into fertilizer for the soil and for other things. If such a war happened, how much time would you wait before going into action? We would go into action as soon as the war ended, because it would cost us to wait, as the vegetation would all die in the zones of conflagration. There is no victory in such a war. They would attack each other mutually, we are certain of this, because we know all the secrets of the terrestrials, against which they know practically nothing concerning us. But if I tell them of what I have seen, and heard here on Acart, I give you all the reason when I say that nobody is going to believe you. What suddenly interests me is that which awakened the son of the sun in the council, when from one moment to the next, after finding danger in my return to Earth, he asked me to make a written account of all that I saw, heard and felt here, and to try to divulge it. Perhaps it was to test my loyalty. I can tell you that it was not for that. We are interested in a large part of the terrestrials having knowledge of some possible narrative of yours in this respect, and as is to be hoped, nobody is going to believe it at this time. Why not at this time? Because they are only going to believe me when some of these facts have been proven. How will this benefit them and when? When they come out of the war and we appear on the Earth. The few who survive, due to your knowledgeable aid, will know something of our system of government, our manner of life and being, and thus will not make us tougher when there's resistance, which would be useless to try. The Acartians maintain a base here on Earth, for some centuries now. And every so often they rotate their staff. They have built a huge space platform several miles in diameter some distance away from their home planet. This station they use as a stopover point, to station thousands of spaceships.